Wait, you said you got a spinning rod?
Yeah, I got
Oh,
3
fuck no,
rods.
bro.
Actually, yeah.
That's a value spin 613. But I don't even got no cash, bro.
Alright, I started the broadcast. Just let me know when you join and I'll show you what's good. Alright, that'll work. Now I just need to put on bobber.
Okay, so the way you hold all those rods is the rod case up?
Yeah, the rod case. That's how it allows you to pack extra rod. More than because right now you just basically just one guy and a fishing rod. But if you got a rod case, you can put a couple rods in there and take them with you.
Like the stuff I have right now is nothing but like a rod. I can like that 15. Oh, that's dope. Let's see. I'm about to watch the broadcast now.
All right. All right. So you said you're a 6 or 7, and you said you don't have any spinning rods. You start out with just the telescopic rod that you get when you
Yeah, I
start out
got
with.
no spinning rod and shit.
All right. So let's see, level 6, level 7.
Nah, try it. Yo, go to spinning rod. Actually, go to spinning rod. Actually.
Alright, so at level 6 or 7, you can get these elementals, or this value spin.
You got mad spinning rods.
Yeah, because I've unlocked all the way up to level 14. That's the highest one I can get. But for starting out, if you're just a level 6 or 7,
I got the one to the right. Actually,
the
yeah,
elemental 6, 7.
I don't know. I think I got that one right there.
Alright, if you have that,
1850.
you have the elemental 7 foot 10. Alright, so then that is a spinning
Yeah, I
rod.
got that one. Yeah,
Alright,
that's
so you have that
one of
one.
mine. Yeah.
Alright, so that's a good one. So that one you have 3 to 7.5 pound line. And it says your lure weight is 1/6 ounce to 3/7 ounce. So you don't want to go anything less or anything above that, because then it'll be too light and too heavy for your rod. So for something like that, 3 to 7.5 pounds would be good. Go to reels. You can get you a spin reel. And you can get up to 6 or 7. This is the one I currently have on right now. This is a pretty good one. It's got a max drag of 5. The gold one
Yeah.
has a max drag of 4.85. But
Yeah,
even if you went
I
with
just switched to the gold one right now. I just switched to that.
the XX1000 or the
So,
1400,
uh, alright, what I'm running right now is
Because one of them has only 4.8.5 pound drag. One of them's got 5.75. Yeah, I think I sold some. I probably shouldn't have sold them. Looks like I unlocked this one. This one's pretty good. 8.8 pounds. Alright, so you know which one you got? And then mono line is your basic line. It'll break the easiest.
Mono is 0.000.
Yeah, just look underneath where it says test. So you have the 0.5 or the 0.7.
And I got the 0.8.
0.8. Okay, so you have, it's a 4 pound test. Alright, that'll be enough. Alright, for lures though, these are some of the best lures I've found that work pretty good.
And I got the jig head 1.4.
The number one hook.
Number 2.
Number 2.
There's 2.2/0.
Okay, so what I've learned on hooks. Okay, so a 10 is your smallest. Okay, and then 1 is your bigger. Yep. You start out with just a regular number 10, then it goes to 8, 6, 4, 2, 1. 1 is the biggest hook. Then it switches, and it goes the other way. Then it goes 1/0, 2/0, 3/0, 4/0, all the way up to 10/0, and those are your biggest ones. So what you have a 2/, so that's for really bigger fish. That like says the bigger the hook, the bigger the fish. I would suggest something around just a number 1 or a 1.0. I get away with 2.0 sometimes. I got a bigger shit and I go for bigger fish sometimes. But you just know on the bigger hooks you might get some bites, but they won't be able to snag them as much. You'll only snag the bigger ones. So that's one way you can weed out. But I would try to get at least a number 1 and a number 1.0 if you can. Just make sure you look at the ounces it is and make sure it's within that range of your stuff. But if you get one of those, the worm, the blue worm 2-inch, works great. It costs 1 gold coin though, but it works good.
Right now?
No, you'll get that at level 10. At level 10 you can unlock it. But I'm just saying when you get a chance, get you the blue worm, and at level 14 get the glow worm, the one right next to it. That works really good. And then some of the grubs, shads, you can they're okay. I've never done good. But the bass jig, I've had really good luck with this watermelon, 1 8-ounce, 1.0, and this other watermelon, and I've had good luck on the green salad. But that's not even the best ones. This right here, the one I'm going to show you, besides the blue worm, this is going to be your best friend. And you can get it at level 4. It's the 1/3 ounce number 1 gold casting spoon. That one's good. Silver's good, but I love the casting spoon. You make a lot of bank on that one.
I think I got that one now. That gold. Oh.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the slop spoons. I haven't had real good luck with those. But that casting spoon, silver and gold are good. And I went with the number 1 instead of the number 2.
I got go up right there. I got that one. Up.
You got that one?
That's $60 one.
Okay, so that one's a slop spoon. That's one that you really want to use around like weeds and cover, and you just twitch it. Haven't had a good luck with it. I like the casting one, the one that's down here on the bottom. That one you just throw it down, let it go to the bottom, and just reel it in and keep it low and slow. Another one I like in here on the next page. This gold narrow spoon is good. Um, I don't have this one, but I'm going to buy it right now.
I got the slide spoon 1.6, and I got the silver one too.
Yeah, I like the casting
So
ones.
that,
The
that
casting
that's
ones
the
work
same
much
thing.
better.
The what?
You got the slop spoons. Yeah, I like the casting spoons better.
I got one of those too. I got the 1.6, the number two.
Okay, so the 1/6 ounce number 2. Okay, that one's not bad. I don't have that one. Your better one is the one underneath it, the gold one, the number
The
1.
slide
Because
spoon 1.6 4 ounce.
no, not the slop. The very bottom, the second row. It's the gold casting spoon 1/3 ounce number 1. That one and the one next to
I
it, the
don't know if I
silver.
have that one.
It's a level 4. You should have it unlocked.
Let me check it
That one you'll hit a lot more on. That's been my number 1 money maker. Casting spoon number 1. Although it will sometimes catch crappie and grass pickerel. You'll catch spotted bass. Catch my worm. I
What is
usually
that
use.
under? Is that under bait?
It's under lures, and then you go over to spoons, and click on spoons, and it's on the second row, the one in the middle. That one and the silver one right next to it, the casting spoons, are both really good. But the gold one is where I've made most of my money.
So the casting spoon, like the 1.3, the 100, for $130.
Yep, $130. That's the one.
The gold one or
Yep.
the silver one?
I like the gold one better, but they both work pretty good.
Okay.
I mean, you can get them both and try them both, but I got them both.
Yeah.
But I seem to like the gold one better.
Okay. And that works with this rod right here.
Yep, the spinning rod. Because see, the spinning rods, you don't have bobbers. The one you start out with, the one you start out with is like a telescopic rod, and that one you have to use bobbers, and that's what you use like the live bait and bait for a lot, is to catch like the bluegill, the crappie, the catfish, the carp. And if you want to catch bass and you want to catch trout and walleye and grass pickerel and shit like that, that's what you want to go with the lures. But casting spoon's great. That blue worm is great. The bass jigs work good.
Yeah, then you get the level 10 for that shit.
Yeah. Now, some of the bigger fish, you can use small minnows and things. You can actually use live bait for some of the bigger
Yeah,
largemouth basses.
I saw that too.
Now, another one that's really good that I haven't got yet is, where's it at? It's I think it's under top water lures. Yeah, they cost actual gold to buy because they're so good. Although I just unlocked one, it's gonna cost me $1,000, and I don't even have enough money. I only got $789. Damn. But I will be buying it at some point. They're called walkers. The poppers and the walkers and the frogs. They slay. You get the right color and the right.
What is that under?
It's under lures, and it's under top water lures. And a guy said there's one in here, and it's right here. It costs 37 gold, which I don't think I'll ever be able to get that much gold. There's a pink popper. There's a pink frog popper that's like 37 gold that apparently is money.
Those are the good ones, yeah.
Yeah, these walkers and poppers, they cost gold, so yeah. I just realized I'm gonna make me $1,000 at least, so I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna buy this 3/8 ounce 1.0 walker and get my first top water lure. And hopefully it'll do something for me.
Oh shit, man! I fuck with these ones.
Yeah, and then of course you got
Like
crankbaits.
these are ones like in real life.
Yeah.
Real life fishing
And then you got spinners and spinner baits. Spoons though are really good. Crankbaits are alright, but I really love the spoons. Like I said, the casting spoon's good. The narrow spoon, there's a gold narrow spoon. It's like a 1/4 ounce 1/0. That's good. There's a purple one and a black one that are really good. They're really good for the walleye. And then later on, you'll get access to, once you start hitting level 14, you'll get access to the medium spoons. Those are really good as well. And of course, they have nano spoons that are smaller. But those are the best lures I found to consistently hit bass, especially in Lone Star Lake. But here's my setup. I don't know if you can see or not. You stopped watching, but my first setup here, I've got an Elemental 8'6" rod. It's a spin rod with a Aspira Slim 2500. So I can actually have 3 to 8 pounds on this rod. My drag is 6.4 pounds, and I'm just running a 4 pound.
What's that line? What's the line you got?
I think I'm just running a 4 pounds. Yeah, it's just a braided 4 pound line, so it's a little bit stronger 4 pound line instead of running 6. Because I could run 6 pounds on here and it would be perfect, because I would have an 8 pound rod, 6.4 pound reel with a 6 pound line. But I didn't think I needed 6 pounds with the Lone Star Lake. I feel like 4 is fine. This is my new setup. I just bought this rod and reel. I got the Baitcaster reel. It's the Lodex NG1000. It gives me 8.8 pounds of drag. My rod is a Value Cast 6'6" rod, and it gives me a weight of 4 to 9 pounds. So I got 9 pound rod with an 8.8 pound reel, and I put 8 pound line on. So my line's the weakest link, but they're all right there around 8, 9. And so this one I'll be able to catch the bigger bass whenever I go to North Carolina, or I go there. I'll be able to catch the bigger like 4, 5, 6 pounders, and I won't have to worry about too much trouble. With Lone Star, I'm only catching like 1, 2 pounders, so 4 pound line is plenty. And then my third setup is just my float setup, and this is where I have the float rod, the telescope rod, 21 foot 3 inches. It held 6 pounds. My reel is just a max drag of 5 pounds. I got 4 pound line on, and I run a bobber with line and like basically dough balls, semolina balls. I got marshmallows unlocked and pet food. Pet food's really good for catfish. Pet food's really good for catfish. Like what I did was early in the morning and late at night is the best time to fish for catfish. I mean, they'll hit all day long, but those are the best times. Bass also, the best times to catch bass is actually in the morning time. Even when the peak comes, if you have a peak during a sunny day and it's like the most active time for fish, you're not going to still hit as many with your bass, because if it's in the afternoon, because they just like the morning, early afternoon hours mostly. So what I do is I'll fish for bass in the morning. I'll also do some catfish, and then I'll.
My first $100 fish.
Did you? Which ones did you use?
Yeah,
the casting spoon?
1.5 pounds.
Did you use the casting spoon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that one, dude. You slay with it. I've made so much money using that thing. Like I said, I usually go to the dock, go out towards the middle. You'll see 2 big trees, one on your right, one on the left. There'll be like an indentation in between them and a shadow. Just pitch it right out in between them trees in that area, and then just reel it in. You'll get hits around 140, 130, 120, sometimes around 100, sometimes around 80, 60, and then sometimes they'll even hit around 50 and 30 and 20. I've caught bass right up to the dock. I've caught carp right up to the dock. So always when you start getting in about 30, 20 feet, just let it drop a little bit and just bring it up slowly and just kind of feather it and just kind of bring it. Don't ever just reel in super fast, because they will still hit there. And sometimes you can just snag them and pull them right in. But yeah, those are the found. Like I said, the worm and that casting spoon. I slay.
What's up, y'all?
What's up, Brazil? You got a lot of feedback. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop this broadcast. But hopefully that helps you to get started on a good spin cast setup for bass on Lone Star, Texas Lake. As always, this is Cryptic RaZr and RaZr Plays.
I don't know what I would do.